To clear her name from the accusations, Candy followed her lawyer Don's advice. She reinvented herself as a kind, caring housewife. Wearing gold-rimmed glasses, she got ready to head to court. Before leaving, she reminded her husband, "Don't let the kids watch TV." She didn't want the news affecting them. In this quiet little town, where nothing dramatic ever happened, Candy's case brought crowds from everywhere. People packed outside the courthouse, all whispering the same question: did Candy really do it? After the prosecution finished speaking, Don stood up for the defense. He shocked the room by saying, "Yes, Candy did it, but it wasn't planned. She was simply protecting herself." His statement surprised everyone, and the trial was delayed. Outside the courtroom, Don told reporters to stay calm. The full truth hadn't come out yet. He then pulled Pastor Ron aside, urging him to really think about who Candy is, because his words could help them take a big step forward. That night at dinner, Candy sat with her family in silence. She tried to lighten the mood, but when her daughter brought up the case, she quickly told her to just eat and not talk. Later, an old friend showed up. He couldn't understand what she had done. In his eyes, Candy was a devoted wife and mom. How could she possibly be the one involved? They argued and parted on bad terms. Soon came the second court session. Alan, a key witness, was called in. The prosecutor asked what he knew about the day everything happened. Did Candy tell him what really went down? Alan said she didn't mention anything. His answers raised doubts about Candy's claim of self-protection, but Don quickly stepped in. He asked Alan, "Did Betty have emotional struggles?" "Yes." "Were Candy and Betty even in conflict?" "No." "Was there any reason for Candy to do this? Just to get something she wanted?" "None." "And the object used?" "Only Betty knew where it was kept. Candy had no way of finding it beforehand." Alan's words ended up helping Candy's case. Now the trial wasn't about if she did it, but why she did it. At home that night, Alan got chewed out by his father-in-law. He thought Alan had helped the wrong side. Meanwhile, Candy prayed with her family, asking for strength and truth to come through. As the days went on, witnesses kept taking the stand. Candy sat quietly, barely reacting. Don noticed something was off. He asked if she was taking anything. She admitted, yes, she had been relying on calming pills nonstop. Don warned her, if she kept showing up to court, looking numb and emotionless, the jury would turn against her. That night on the rooftop, Candy and her husband Pat had a quiet talk. She asked, "When you found out what happened, what was the first thing you thought?" Pat said, he was grateful. Grateful she made it through, and didn't get hurt herself. Candy leaned on his shoulder silently. The next morning, the hearing continued. 2 investigators gave their full report about what they found at the scene. Don stood to challenge them. If this was a planned act, why choose such an awkward tool? Why leave behind so many loose ends? The officers had no good answer. Next came the most difficult part, the expert testimony.